أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. اللهم لا سهلا إلا ما جعلته سهلا وأنت تجعل الحزن إذا شئت سهلا. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. I trust you all are doing well. أهلا وسهلا ومرحبا بكم to our final lesson of our level 1 Arabic. Okay, without further ado, going to our revision. Let's quickly. Apologies for that. Just the YouTube started playing there. Okay, let's continue. So in the last lesson, we explained the concept of, when speaking about the verbs, how do we say you female are doing something? And we said, when we say you male, you're going to start with a ta, for example, taqra'u. When we say you female, we're going to keep the ta, we're going to add a ina at the end. Taqra'ina, you female are reading, or read. Taskunu, you male, stay. Taskunina, you female, stay. Taf'alu, you male, do. Taf'alina, you female, do. So it starts with a ta and it ends with a ina. Taknusu, you sweep. Taknusina, you female, sweep. Taghsilu, you wash. Taghsilina, you female, wash. Takwi, you iron. Takwina, you female, iron. Okay, and we just to summarize everything, we said if it's I'm doing something, it starts with a hamza, aknusu, for example. You male are doing something, it starts with a ta, taknusu. You female are doing something, it starts with a ta, and it ends with a ina, taknusina, for example. He's doing something, starts with a ya. She is doing something, starts with a ta. The same like you male. Okay, so we're going to remember that formula. Okay, let's do the exercise. Yaknusu. When we all agreement, it's C, he sweeps. Okay, and how about Taghsilu? You male or she wash. Excellent. Correct. And how about Astayqidu? That's correct. I wake up. How about Taf'alu? That is C. No, it's not C. You want to have another look? It's B. You male or she do. Okay, how about Taghsilina? About Taknusina? And are we unanimous on A? Yes. You female sweep. How about Aknusu? Aknusu. That is correct. I sweep. How about Yaghsilu? How about Yaghsilu? Excellent. That is C, he washes. Okay, how about Takwina? female iron. Yes, that's correct. How about تستيقظ? That is correct. That is B. How about تفعلين? Okay, so that could be A or it could be B. Correct. Okay, let's look at the new words we're going to learn. 10 new words. Bismillah. Okay, keep your fingers on the keyboard. The word mata. Do we remember this word? Mata. Yes, that is when. Correct. And tastayqidu, we just did this word now. Yes, correct. So that's also B. So mata tastayqidu. When do you wake up? Then what is يوم العطلة? متى تستيقظ? When do you wake up? يوم العطلة. Excellent. That is correct. When do you wake up on the holiday? Then you can respond with أستيقظ. What does أستيقظ mean? Correct. It means I wake up. Okay. Then you have this word مبكرا. مبكرا means early. So أستيقظ مبكرا. I wake up early. Okay. Or then you can ask, someone ask you what time do you wake up? You say I wake up early, and you can return the question. ومتى تستيقظ? And when do you wake up? ومتى تستيقظ أنت? And when do you wake up? And you can say أستيقظ متأخرا. I wake up late. متأخرا. I wake up late. Okay. Then we can have a question. ماذا تفعل? What does تفعل mean? تفعل. Yes, what you or she do. So ماذا تفعل? What do you do? في in الصباح. الصباح means morning. So ماذا تفعل في الصباح? What do you do in the morning? الصباح, in the morning. The person can say أشاهد. أشاهد is a verb. It starts with a hamza, so we know this is I. أشاهد. I watch. I watch. أشاهد. I watch. التلفاز. Television. التلفاز. Television. أشاهد التلفاز. I watch television. Okay. Then you can ask him, and what do you do? وماذا تفعل أنت? You can say أقرأ. What does أقرأ mean? I read, right? So correct. So I read أقرأ صحيفة. I read a newspaper. أقرأ صحيفة. I read a newspaper. أو or صحيفة, newspaper, or, right? أو means or. كتابا. كتابا is a book. So it's asking, what do you do? I watch TV. And what do you do? I will read a newspaper or a book. Then we have the word أين. What does the word أين mean? Yes, where. So أين تصلي? What does the word تصلي mean? Yes. So أين تصلي? Where do you male pray? Or where does she pray? أين تصلي? Where do you pray? الصلاة. Where do you pray صلاة? Let's say الجمعة. Where do you pray جمعة صلاة? Then you can say أصلي. أصلي means I pray في in المسجد الكبير. الكبير means the big. So if you say المسجد الكبير, the big mosque. أصلي في المسجد الكبير. I pray in the big mosque. Then you can ask them back, where do you pray? وأين تصلي أنت? Where do you pray? Then you can say أصلي في المسجد الكبير أيضا. أيضا means also or as well. Okay. So now we're not going to do multiple choice. You can just type in the answer. So we'll turn up the difficulty a little. مبكرا. What does مبكرا mean? Yes, excellent. Early. How about أشاهد? أشاهد. أشاهد. Yes, I watch. I watch. Correct. How about التلفاز? Yes, television. Correct. Or TV, right? صحيفة. What does صحيفة mean? Yes, newspaper. That is correct. How about أيضا? What does the word أيضا mean? Yes, correct. Also, what does the word kitab mean? Correct, means book. How about the word, sorry, أو? Correct, it means, oh, how does the word صباح? What does the word صباح mean? Excellent. What does the word متأخرا mean? Yes, correct. What does the word الكبير mean? Excellent. You guys are doing so well. Okay. That brings us to, here we go. Okay, so that brings us to the dialogue again. This is our last dialogue, right? So we want some volunteers now. Who would like to volunteer? Sister Zainab. السلام عليكم. Sister Mahdiya. كيف حالك؟
أنا بخير الحمد لله، وكيف حالك؟
أنا بخير الحمد لله. Let's find you a partner quickly. Sister Zahra.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته. كيف حالك؟
أنا بخير الحمد لله، كيف حالك؟
بخير الحمد لله. Sister Zainab, you may begin. متى؟
متى تستيقظ يوم الثلاثاء؟ When do you wake up on a holiday?
أستيقظ مبكرا. I wake up late.
So that's mubakkiran is the other one.
I wake up early. أعوذ بالله.
Yes.
And the opposite to that is
Yes.
متكر. Okay. And what is late again, Ustad?
So متأخرا.
متأخر. Okay. I should remember that.
Yes. So it's you again.
ومتى تستيقظ أنت? And when do you wake up?
أستيقظ متأخرا. I wake up late.
Yes.
Is that me?
Yeah.
ماذا تفعل في صبر؟ في صبر, is that correct?
Yes, في الصباح.
صباح.
Yes.
ماذا تفعل في الصباح? And what do you do in the morning?
Yes.
أشاهد التلفاز. I watch television. وماذا تفعل أنت? And what do you do?
أقرأ صحيفة أو كتابا. I read the newspaper or a book.
Yes.
أين تصلي الجمعة? Where do you pray Juma?
أصلي جمعة. Would I say جمعة or جمعة?
So جمعة. Yeah, جمعة.
جمعة.
Yes.
أصلي جمعة في مسجد الكبير. I pray Juma in the big masjid.
Yes.
وأين تصلي أنت? And where do you pray?
Yes.
أصلي في المسجد الكبير أيضا. I pray in the big mosque also.
Yes. Very well done. 10 out of 10. This is Zainab. This is Zahra. Jazakumullahu khair.
Ustad, would I refer to Sister Zainab as auntie or would I still say anta?
You'd refer to as auntie.
Auntie.
Right. So I think so. Since you both are here, Sister Zahra and Sister Zainab, you did such a good job. I'll take the opportunity to do this dialogue again. So we're going to switch the roles. Okay. So Sister Zahra, you will start. Sister Zainab, you can go second. But let's try to change everything to the feminine context. Are you guys up for the challenge?
Inshallah. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم.
Yes. Okay.
Shall we start? Are you ready, Sister Zainab?
Yes.
I'll try.
Inshallah. متى تستيقظ يوم
So تستيقظ. How would we change that to you female?
متى تستيقظين.
Yes.
متى تستيقظ. I have a little problem with the qaf.
Yes.
متى تستيقظين يوم العطلة.
Yes. Continue, Sister Zainab. Don't worry about translating.
أستيقظ مبكرا.
Yes.
I think that stays the same.
Yes. It's you again.
ومتى تستيقظين أنت?
Yes.
That stays. أستيقظ متأخرة.
Yes. Very well done.
ماذا تفعلين في الصباح?
Yes. Perfect.
أشاهد التلفاز. أشاهد التلفاز وماذا تفعلين أنت؟ وماذا تفعلين أنت؟
Perfect.
أقرأ صحيفة أو كتابا.
Yes.
أين تسليين جمعة؟
Yes.
أصلي
So you pronounce it, you're correct. You just pronounce it as tusallina. So you wouldn't still say tusalliyina because
Okay.
there is already a ya there. So we use that ya that is there. Tusallina.
أين تصلين جمعة؟
أصلي الجمعة في المسجد الكبير. وأين تصلين أنت؟
Well done.
أصلي في مسجد الكبير أيضا.
Yes. Perfectly done. Sister Zainab, Sister Zahra, you made it look very easy. Like, you made it extremely easy. Very well done.
It's how well you teach us. Alhamdulillah, you're an excellent teacher. Alhamdulillah.
No, you did well. Jazakumullah khair for that. I mean, shukran, Sister Zainab. Shukran, Sister Zahra. Right. Right. Really well done. Anyone else like to volunteer? Umar. Let's see. Maybe perhaps Brother Shakil would like to join us. Brother Nabil. Okay. So we'll go Brother Nabil, Brother Umar. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
كيف حالك؟
الحمد لله بخير. كيف أنت؟
بخير الحمد لله. Brother Nabil, كيف حالك؟
الحمد لله وكيف أنت؟
أنا بخير الحمد لله. Okay, Brother Nabil, Brother Umar, I think Brother Nabil, you can start. What we want to do is, because we already know the masculine context, let's do the feminine context again.
متى تستيقظين يوم العطلة؟ Put it. When do you wake up on a holiday?
Yes.
أستيقظ مبكرة. I get up late.
Mubakkiran is the opposite of late.
I get up early.
Yes.
متى تستيقظين أنت؟
Yeah, it's again even Brother Nabil. Yes.
That's mine.
Oh, it's you again. Yes.
Oh
yes.
okay.
متى تستيقظين أنت؟
Yes.
When do you wake up, you
Yes.
female?
Yes.
أستيقظ متأخر. I wake up late.
Yes.
ماذا تفعلين في الصباح؟
Yes.
What do you do in the morning?
Yes.
أشاهد التلفاز.
Yes.
I watch television. وماذا تفعل أنت؟
How do we say? Would we change? Yes.
تفعلين أنت?
Yes.
And what do you do?
Yes.
أقرأ صحيفة أو كتاب.
Yes.
I read the newspaper or a book.
Yes.
أين تصلين الجمعة؟
Yes.
Where do you pray صلاة الجمعة؟
Yes.
أصلي جمعة في المسجد Kabir.
Yes.
I pray Jum'ah in the big masjid.
Yes.
وأين تس وأين تصل وأين تصلين أنت?
Sheikh, Deva, the previous phrase,
Yes.
do we say usalli Jumu'ah or usallil Jumu'ah? Is the
Yes. So when
attack
you
on
read,
the lam?
yes. Yeah. So when we read, you will say usallil. So you're going to, when you read it through, you'll skip this ya and go onto that lam with the sukun. Usallil. That would be the most correct way to read it.
Okay, Jazakallah khairan.
Okay. Okay, Brother Ahmad. Yes. Did you translate it?
وأين تصلين أنت?
Yes.
And where do you pray, you female?
Yes.
Usalli fi ya Usamullah, do I say fil masjid or
Yes.
fi masajid?
No. Fil.
أصلي في المساجد الكبير أيضا. I pray Salah in the big masjid also.
Yes. Very, very, very well done. Perfectly done, Brother Nabil, Brother Omar. I think it's seems very easy. You guys made it look so easy. Like you guys see this before many times. Jazakumullah khair.
Jazakallah to you, Sheikh.
Jazakallah. Okay, so maybe just a point on that there, right? So this little man over here, this is called the Hamzatul Wasl. Right? It comes next to the al, next to the lam, and sometimes outer lam. Generally, the rule of that guy is that if it is in the middle of a sentence, like if there's a word before it, there's a word before that Hamzatul Wasl, then that Hamzatul Wasl will be skipped. That's the ruling there. Okay. Say shukran, Brother Nabil, Brother Omar. Okay, so that brings us to the end of the lesson. Is there any questions? We basically completed. So what we completed, what this represents is actually a complete skill that we learned now. We learned the basic vocabulary, and we learned that we took the present tense verb, and we learned just all the basic contexts. So I, you, male, female, he, and she. Right? And then you can obviously now expand from there to slot in any more verbs as we go along. And everything else, past tense verbs only be introduced in chapter 10. And dual and plural only going to be introduced in book 2. Okay, so what you have now is the basic skill that you need. You're basically going to need, you need to master over the your journey through the Arabic language. So what you have there is just try to never ever lose it, right? Try to revise it all the time, and it shall also benefit you as you go along. It was absolute pleasure having the class. The follow-up level, if I can comment on the follow-up level, it is most likely going to start in around about November. Right, so there will probably be November, so there'll be a break because I think there's going to be another level 1. There's going to be another level 1 class, and then there's going to be a level 2 class after that. So that will only be in November. So if you want to join the level 1 again, that will be there. It's also going to be free, so you can join that class. That should start about the 12th, 14th, or 15th of September. Okay, so that's what happened there for now. And yes, inshallah, look forward to seeing you all again. Follow up. You can remain in contact. You can message at any time if you need anything, and or you want to know anything. The book, someone asking about the book. So the book itself doesn't look like this. The book itself, it has 16 chapters. Each chapter has 3 dialogues like this with a lot of other notes and exercises and things that you can't really use for online class, should be used for in-person class. So the book isn't really helpful in its entirety. You can have a big book with only a few pages to use. But if you want the book, I don't know if anyone that sells it in Cape Town currently. You could probably check in Gatesville if you are in Cape Town. They have it there. I do know that there is a shop that's selling it in Pretoria, in Johannesburg. You can just message me, and then I can forward you the name or of the shop. I think there are some other students that brought it to my attention. I can give you that name. The book is also available. It's sold online as well, I believe. Yes. So that's regarding the book. The notes is obviously freely available. Like, I mean, it's free and it's available. I'll send it this after the class. And yeah, that's it from my side. If there's any other questions, you can ask. Okay, for all the lovely comments in there, Jazakumullah khair. I do hear you, and I do appreciate it. And Alhamdulillah, it was a pleasure on my side. And hopefully we can benefit from each other again in the future. And I leave you all with that. And we'll end there. Wa sallallahu ala Sayyidina Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa ashabihi ajma'in.